what do you got for us today?
All right, so let's get into the social media news and updates for the week. Um, I always start with Snapchat, so let me start with them. Snapchat has finally done something to really talk about. So Snapchat has launched affiliate programs to drive ad sales. So they are launching something called Snapchat Affiliate Program. It will enable creators to earn rewards for each qualified advertiser that they refer to Snapchat. So, Snapchat has this. Snapchat is a special animal, I like to say, that is
Yeah, because
private conversations, public face, and they've got a lot of places to look at, but there is a business side of it as far as advertising, and it's local SEO, local advertising, because they have things that an advertiser that a local business or whatever, you could create um content and things to reach people when they're in a physical location, which is what you want as a local business, because when they're you want to get their attention. So Snapchat has that feature, and that's why people say Snapchat is dead. That they've been saying that for I don't know how long, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years. Snapchat is
whenever
dead. And
Facebook tried to buy them.
yeah, Facebook is still mad about that. I think Zuckerberg said something about that last week about, oh, Snapchat should have let us buy it. And I'm like, come on, sit down, dude. So Snap has a thing. It has a group. It has a core group of people that are loyal to it. So that's why, and it's the younger crowd, Gen Z. It was millennials, Gen Z, Gen Alpha. So it's kind of going that way. So what they're doing is they're trying to shore up the ad business side of it, because that's how an ad makes money. Not right. Okay, well, we got 300 million users. Yeah, but what's going on with that ad business? That's how keep afloat. So that's what's going on. So this is explained by Snap. As a Snapchat affiliate, you'll earn a competitive commission for each new advertiser you sign up on Snapchat ads. You'll start earning when you refer qualified advertisers to Snapchat ads, and along the way, we'll provide resources for your success, like approved assets, marketing guides, and more. So this is a win-win for the creator and Snapchat, because Snapchat gets more ad revenue, they get more advertisers, and then they pay the creator kind of like a finder's fee for bringing this advertiser to us. So excuse me. So they have a program that's going to track the ad spend and the commission rates and everything. So they will have a unique sign up link that the creator will use, and that's how they track the money. So they said if the advertiser activates a Snap ad campaign within 90 days, the creator gets a commission payment for that referral. So that is what Snapchat is doing. All right, so let me see. Meta had a bunch of stuff. I might save them for later. Let me see. Oh yeah. So BlueSky, we really haven't talked about them. We did talk about them a little bit on Tuesday, but
Yeah,
they haven't really. They've just been there. Just hey,
and yeah, I have a Blue Sky account. Haven't been in it for quite some time. It
I don't think I've ever posted.
it's kind of like it's like do I want to put the effort in, or do I want to put it in somewhere else?
Yeah, see, this is if you use a third party social management tool that allows you to post like you do one post and it goes everywhere, and you can put BlueSky in there. Yeah, but it's not. It's an afterthought. And I know the people that love BlueSky. Oh, it's not going to be Twitter. Twitter was Twitter. And I call it Twitter. To me, it's not X. I call it Twitter was that great thing, and now it's just broken. It's a broken toy.
It is definitely a broken toy, and Reddit has more activity than Blue Sky.
Yes. Oh, I gotta make sure to check on Reddit some more, because Reddit is doing. Oh, I think something is no, that's Discord. Okay, but I'm sorry. I gotta do more Reddit stuff, because they are really as people the exodus of people leaving X, because it's in waves. There's people still there, but it's waves, waves, waves. All the other apps are growing. So Instagram grows, Threads grows, Blue Sky, and Reddit. So these apps that you may not have heard of or not used at all, you may want to look at. And Reddit is trying to change their kind of reputation, because I see it as, if you want to catch all of information, and like I said, I saw the post about the tariffs of the person that had the business, and what do I do if I don't take the shipment from China? So all those kind of, I wouldn't see that anywhere else but Reddit.
Reddit,
Because they have the different groups of business owners and their subreddits. So there's subtopics. So you can get really niche with your interest on Reddit.
Yeah, and you can go down a rabbit hole on Reddit.
Yeah,
and
there's a lot. I
people talking and people are talking, and you'll be like, and you look up and it's 4 hours later. I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah, but if you want to get some real-time info about the mindset of a group of people, Reddit, which it used to be X. That's where I used to go. I remember X, Threads, Twitter. Twitter really took off when the plane on the Hudson.
Mm-hmm.
That's when people were like, what is this Twitter? Because the person was there and took the picture. I'll never forget it, that the people were standing on the plane. The plane was floating in the Hudson. And you're like, how does the plane float in the river with people standing on it still alive? And that was when Twitter just blew up, and people were like, well, what is this? So Reddit is kind of like I would say, if you're looking for a Twitter experience, I would go to Reddit. Just be warned, like Fran says, there's a lot of information. You'll get lost. You'll get thread.
And it's people's opinions.
Yes,
it's a bunch of opinions.
It's their opinion. It's not. They're not there on like Instagram. Like Instagram is a put on. To me, Instagram is a glamour shot. Like you're presenting the glamour shot, but you're really something else. So that's, Instagram is really getting that kind of reputation, especially for the younger crowd, where they feel like they can't live up to that. So, but Reddit is not that. Reddit is kind of like TikTok, but no video, even though you can post video.
Right. Reddit is just people gonna say what they want to say, and they just gonna be like, whatever.
And you get lost. Like Fran said, you get lost. When I try not to go to TikTok, because if I get lost in a video, you kind of go down the rabbit hole of what that person is talking about and what's going on. It's the same thing with Reddit, but it's more text. Everybody likes to do text over there. This video, but it's not like the TikTok. It's all video. So so that's it. So investigate Threads. I'm sorry, Reddit. I got to remember to check them out some more. So BlueSky is launching blue check verification. So they are giving out blue checks to verify that notable accounts are legitimate, making it easy for users to trust that an account's posts are real. So BlueSky will work with a select few trusted verifiers. This was in quotes, trusted verifiers, which are independent organizations that can verify accounts as members of their team. So, for example, this is an example. They said a company could verify members of its public relations team with blue checks, making it easier for users to see that these people can be trusted as sources of company news. So it would be like the organization. And here's another example further down, because you can verify now with a domain. So the example was npr.org. So you verified that you own the domain, and then everybody who's associated or like an employee of NPR is instantly it's like an umbrella thing.
Right.
So you can verify now with a domain. Okay. But they're saying that they're going to roll out a blue check program. So people want this blue check. People want to see this check everywhere. But remember that on X, people were getting checks because they paid the, what was it, $4.99 or
14.
whatever the fee is.
It's 14.
Yeah, so X was giving out check. Oh, you get a checker, you get a blue checker, you get a blue checker. You, it didn't mean anything, but now Blue Sky is bringing it out. But they're saying, okay, this is like a good housekeeping seal of approval. Like you can trust that this is the NPR, this is the TechCrunch, this is the CNBC or whatever you want to call it. But you can verify now, right now on Blue Sky with your domain. That means you have a website. They provide the information that you connected, and then it will show up on your Blue Sky profile. Blue Sky says that this moderation team will verify each new verification to validate authenticity. So again, they already talked about they have a form of verification, which is you set a domain as your username. According to Blue Sky, 270,000 accounts have linked their Blue Sky username to the web to a website. So at they're saying at the article, excuse me, the article says at launch, Blue Sky is not accepting applications for verification, but they have plans to launch a request form in the future. So they're not, you can't go to them and say verify me. They're doing it with these trusted verified. They're picking and choosing Blue Sky. But
Okay.
you can verify right now if you have a domain, which is a form of verification of you are who you say you are. That's
Okay.
really what it is. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. And it don't cost you $14.95.
Right. So you have a domain which you're already paying for. So you can say, hey, NPR, CNBC.com, CNN.com, whatever.com. There's a way that you do it, that you connect your Blue Sky to it, your Blue Sky account, and then there's your verification. All right. So let's take a look at Meta. They've been very busy.
That means I should have a Blue Sky.
Hmm?
That
Oh, you
means
checking
I
your
should
Blue
have it.
Sky?
I should have a verified.
Yes, because you have a domain. You have bizchick.net. You just go through the settings. I'm not sure how. There's a page on. I saw the page on Blue Sky web on their website on how to do it. So you can, if you want to do that, go ahead. Hey, Mark's here.
Hey, Mark.
Mark says I'm still waiting on my blue check from the bitch. That's
We
coming
give you
right up.
one.
It's coming up. Hold on. All right, so Meta. Let's look at Meta. Meta has been a little busy this week. So Facebook has announced new measures to combat spam posts and comments. Now they are looking to fight back on the use of unrelated captions and the overuse of hashtags. Let's explain it. Let me read the quote and then we'll get into it. So Meta says some accounts post content with long, distracting captions, often with an inordinate amount of hashtags, while others include captions that are completely unrelated to the content. For example, think a picture of a cute dog with a caption about airplane facts. Accounts that engage in these tactics will only have their content shown to their followers and will not be eligible for monetization. So this is tied to people trying to spam because of monetization. So
And this is what platform are we talking about?
this is Facebook.
Okay.
Okay, and it's Facebook really. And we're going to get into why, because it's Facebook. So, but why do people put these long captions that don't match the photo or spam and stuff with hashtags? So there's two theories. One, some people speculated. Oh, sorry, what happened? Oh, I touched something. Hold on. Oh, here we go. So some people have speculated that these informative type caption text include various keywords that can help improve reach by appealing to Facebook algorithm. So they're trying to game the algorithm. The second theory, longer captions also encourage more reading, and the longer it takes someone to read the caption, the more time the video plays through, thus increasing engagement. So that's what the video or the reels, because with the reels, especially on Instagram, they put these long captions. So you have to read if you want to read the caption, the reel is 7 seconds or whatever, and it keeps looping. Those are views. So this is how they're trying to game the system, game the algorithm, and trick you into okay, I'm getting all these views off this video because it's 7 seconds, but the caption is so long. And I tell you, and the people say, read the caption. On Instagram, they say, read the caption. So you read the caption, is this long War and Peace story, and the video's looping. So a lot of this is Facebook and Meta know that you're gaming, that these people are gaming the system. They want to combat that. So this is a part of that. Meta is also looking to crack down on networks of profiles that share the same content. So these are again, it's algorithm gaming. Okay, we're gonna post on this profile, and it's the same thing because it's spam. It's all spam. It's all spam. Facebook has been trying for a long time to get rid of the spam. Facebook is also trying out comment downvotes again. They've tried it before. This is you get a down vote. So let me see. Oh, wait. It's a means to combat less valuable and likely spammy contributions. The idea of Facebook comment downvotes is to combat spam, as with every other time that Facebook has tried it. So they tried it in 2018, 2022, and 2021, and they tried it on Instagram. There'll be confusion about what that down arrow actually means. So it's actually a down arrow, like Reddit. Like Reddit it was speaking of Reddit, on each comment there's an up arrow and there's a down arrow. So if you like it, you hit the up. If you don't like it, you hit the down. Same thing with YouTube. They have the thumbs up and the thumbs down. Okay, those are up and down votes. So Facebook has tried it a couple of times. They've tried it, people didn't like it, they removed it. So now they're trying it again because of the spammy content and the people that are trying to spam. So they're saying that some people will use this to indicate comments that they don't like, as opposed to problematic remarks. So that's where Facebook is keep trying it, because they're like, people don't understand what it really does, when they should just do a up and a down. Because we already have the thumbs up on Facebook, right? We already have so just make a down. But they're trying things. And why are they concentrating on this? And also, there was a Partners article about AI generated spam. And I've seen it. Obviously, AI photo. Obviously, AI comment. The example in this article was really funny. It was a lady with a cake, and she was 120 years old. And the comment was like, I made this cake. It's obviously all spam. All of this is to game the system and to get this profile or page algorithmic content and engagement, which is fake. So Facebook is tired of it. So they're trying it. But they're saying that Facebook, that audience, is seemingly more susceptible to fake depictions, like the example that I just told you. And I've seen it on my own. When I go to Facebook, I'm like, that's AI, that's that. And the people go, oh, this is so beautiful. Oh, this is great. Did you do this? I'm like, that's AI. Y'all can't tell. So on Facebook, Meta knows that Facebook, out of the others, out of Instagram and all the other threads and whatever, Facebook, that audience is more susceptible to be fooled by AI because they're not paying attention. And then this goes back. I thought about this. I said on Tuesday, because we talked about that chart where Facebook, the biggest users were like 55 and over.
Correct.
So they grew up analog. They, all of this digital stuff doesn't come naturally. So that combined with this story, I'm thinking like, okay, because I've seen it. I've seen the post and the people just comment. I'm like, that's not just because. And I think I mentioned this, that we're getting to a point where it used to be video was the proof because you couldn't fake video. So I'm thinking of what is his name? Rodney King. I'm thinking of Rodney King. Remember, everything went off because we saw the video. It was like you couldn't fake it back then because everything was on tape. Now we're in a point where deep fakes are common. You can put somebody's voice on something. You can make so now we're in an era where you cannot trust what you see visually.
and that's a hard place to be,
Yes.
because even if you do a newscast of a like a 60-minute newscast,
Mm-hmm.
you don't know what was cut off or what parts of, you don't know anything, and that was done back in the day.
Yes.
Was a thing.
Yes.
You couldn't tell, because we don't know if that's the whole conversation because it was
Right.
taped and then re-aired.
Right.
Now you don't know if the people on the air are real people
Right. You
unless.
don't you can't tell. So my thing and tying this into the Shannon Sharp story a little bit, like there's supposed to be video evidence or whatever. And I'm like, I don't trust it, because I know that things can be manipulated to the point where it looks like it's real, or this is real, that is real. Text can be manipulated. Somebody could say, because they were like, oh, she texted this to me and this. I was like, you can fake that. You can fake that. I can go a dozen places right now and make a whole text conversation. It could be WhatsApp, it could be message, it could be this. I can fake that. Also, the video that can be faked.
Right.
The
And
audio.
this is like when you took a note to the teacher from your mom.
Yes, you signed. Oh, you did take this to your mom and dad. Come back to school the next day with a sign, or you're in trouble. You know how many kids signed? They signed it. So, but what I'm saying, especially with the Shannon Sharp thing, I'm not saying that he's guilty or innocent. I'm not talking about that part of it. I'm saying when you present evidence to me, I'm saying me, I'm going to be skeptical, even though they're saying, oh, it's this person and they're doing this and it's their voice, because I know all of that can be faked.
Right. We did it here. You could put a voice in 11 Labs and let it read something, and what?
I use 11 Labs when I make my social media updates when I'm not here. That's my AI voice. Now, granted, it doesn't sound exactly like me right now, but it's like, okay, there's going to be a point where it's going to sound exactly like me.
And
It's
we're
going to
gonna
look
be like,
exactly like
wait,
me. We just did the news update with the lady talking. So
pretty
get
soon
it.
you won't be able to see the little nuances
Thank you.
there's
Right. Yeah, the
subtle
voice lip
cues.
sync and the movements, and tie this in with this particular group on Facebook who just automatically believe it because they see it. Tie that in. So we got to get to a point where, I'm sorry, but video is not going to convince me anymore. I'm sorry, audio is not going to convince me anymore, because I know it can be edited. It can be edited to sound like whatever you wanted to say. And this also reminds me something way back in the day. There was something about a radio program where they pretended that the end of the world or a war broke out, and people believed it because it was on the
Oh,
radio.
it was War of the Worlds.
Yes, that was it. It was radio. They all sat around, because I've seen the Waltons. They sat around the radio because they're in the mountains. They didn't have no TV. They sat around the radio. They believed whatever came out of that little box. They believed it.
Mildred, did you hear? They're bombing.
Panic ensued. So here
Yes.
we are, and I'm not talking about this man's guilt or innocence. I'm not into that. There'll be a trial. That's what the legal system is for. But to present evidence to the public and say, well, this is the video that the other party released, I don't know how that was made.
Right. We don't. And so there are ways for them to check to see, going back in the metadata to find out if it was manipulated, and do forensic on
And
the
that's going
video.
to take time to do the forensic. But what they're doing now is in the public eye of, see, there's video evidence. And I'm like, I don't know.
They're trying to get public sentiment
Opinion,
behind
yes.
it.
Sway the potential jury pool.
Right.
It's the oldest trick in the legal book that they let's put this on the public, because these are potential jury members when we get to trial. So Mark has a
Mark is funny.
I can't.
How do we
Oh
truly
my
know
God.
that this is Terry Johnson and Francine Gregory? It could be two dudes in a basement in Omaha using AI magic.
See, this is I can't. This is where, like, I think we talked about watermarking. This is where AI companies, Meta, Google, OpenAI, they're going to have to do it. That's why Sora has a mark on it. When you do
And
a video,
when you do a video with Sora, the little thing goes like
the mark.
this, and the mark is on
Yes,
there.
but see, that's a visual mark. There's another mark, and not as Smart Ward. Fran brought it up about the metadata. There's stuff in the back end that's encoded that you would never be able to erase. So you can go to Sora and say, well, okay, I can zoom out and then hide the watermark because it's in the bottom. You can
It's in the bottom, like in the little corner, you can see that it
when you
was.
edit it, you can zoom in and whatever. But see, that's visually, but there'll be some tools that go, this is AI generated, blah, blah, blah. And we're starting to get into that now because just off chance real quick. YouTube has a thing where they ask you when you upload your videos, is any of this AI generated?
Yeah, they're asking the question.
Yes.
They're asking, does it reflect something that is not real?
Right.
Or whatever. And they're asking that question.
It's going to be a point where YouTube's not going to ask you that question anymore. They probably are there now where they're not going to ask you that. It's just going to be stamped, this is made AI. And again, I think I said it before, we're going to get to a point where we don't care that it's AI in the fact of information. We do care if it's going to vindicate or what's the word I want to use? Imprison, or it's going to make them guilty automatically. We're going to get to the point where we're going to know that this was not that person doing
the thing
that they're doing, because we're because just real quick, like we do DNA stuff now when we didn't before, and a lot of people are getting released from guilty verdicts because DNA goes back and does DNA is doing what it needs to do. Science is doing what it's doing. So that's what I mean. Science is going to do what it needs to do to vindicate the innocent.
Yep.
So I'm not worried about that. But I'm just saying, me personally, when somebody says, "Oh, this video or this," I'm like, I don't instantly believe it. But there are lots of people that do. So Facebook, Meta knows this. So that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to help this special group of people who believe everything that they say, which we cannot do anymore, guys. AI is here, and it's just going to get bigger and better. All right, so let's move on to WhatsApp. WhatsApp has a feature that makes your messages even more private. So they're launching a new feature that will allow users to add an extra layer of privacy to your chats. It's called Advanced Chat Privacy. It's a setting that prevents you and the people you're chatting with from exporting chats and auto downloading media to their phone. So the setting also prevents users from mentioning Meta AI in messages or asking Meta AI questions. Now that part I was like, okay, I don't really use WhatsApp, so I was trying to figure out what that part is, where you prevents users from mentioning Meta AI.
Well, that means you won't be able to get questions answered from Meta.
Okay.
Because in order to do that, it'll have to go out to gather that information.
Okay,
bring it back.
Okay.
So if they're really locking that down, it's not going to allow you to go in and out.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You won't. That would definitely encrypt something. People cannot download. You know how you said people in a group and somebody takes a screenshot of whatever.
All the time. Somebody just got caught that way. I forgot what the story is. Just this week or last week, they caught somebody doing that. They were in a group and they said some things. I think it was a neighborhood group. They said some things about, I know what it was. It was a neighborhood group, and the guy posted a photo of the little girl coming to his house, ringing the doorbell because she was selling candy and whatever. So the guy went in this group thinking he was protected and said some things about the little girl. And she lives in the neighborhood now. So it was screenshot out of the private whatever group he was in, and he got out in the world. The mother found out. Now she's suing them, and I think he lost his job. A whole bunch of stuff went off, all because the kid he said something. I don't remember what it was, but it got out of the group because it was screenshot. It was screenshot because it was so horrible what he said about a child. And it's his neighbor's kid. Like, she lives in the neighborhood. She's not like from the next city over. So she's in the neighborhood. This is somebody he didn't pay attention to. So the parent was like, okay, we're going to court. But the court of public opinion got to him because of this fact that it could be screenshot. So WhatsApp is trying to stop that part of it, but you can't stop a screenshot. Because I control that with my phone.
Right. And so but they can prevent you from downloading it.
Yes.
But it's already out there if you screenshot it.
Right. I can because it's my phone. It's my device, my phone. Apple would have to take that capability away, and I don't think they're going to do that.
No.
So, but the apps can put things in that say, this was screenshot by this person, or I think Snapchat does it. A couple other places will alert the owner of the channel or the chat or the different ways. But Meta is saying the idea behind this feature is to give everyone in the group reassurance that no one can take what is being shared and said outside the chat, but it cannot stop a screenshot. Okay. So WhatsApp says it's planned to add more functionality to advanced chat privacy in the future to include even more protection. So it's possible that they may find a way to prevent screenshots in a future version. I don't know how, because that's a device function. You gonna stop my phone from working? I don't know, Meta. You guys are going.
Well, maybe they'll put something on the image that
was you generated. Mean it like a big thing that covers it up or something?
Yeah, you know how when somebody says they don't want to be videoed, then they fog it out,
they blur it, or
yeah.
Okay.
So maybe it'll blur something.
Okay, so they're working on blocking you from the screenshot. A little bit more about this. So Meta is saying that this feature could be helpful in situations where participants may not know each other well but are discussing sensitive topics. So that's what it is. So it's to stop people from saving it with, but you can still screenshot. So it's a setting that you turn on. It says the features rolling out in the coming months will be available in both chats and groups. All right, so Instagram. Let's see what Instagram is doing. Instagram is using AI to find teens lying about their age and restricting their accounts. Now, remember, Meta has a whole Instagram has a whole teen accounts? Yes, teen accounts, where if you're 16 and under, you have to be over there. But we talked about this a couple times where a kid will go to Instagram and they have an older cousin or older sibling or older person. They know their birthday. Just put it in, and I'm over the age limit.
Yep.
So, but they're trying to use AI to find these people. And one of the things that was done was they will look at the post of the person when it's around their birthday. Because there's all these happy birthday, and so they're going to look at the content.
So you just snitch yourself off if you don't.
Yes, because
do your birthday on the one.
A 13-year-old going to talk about 13-year-old things. So Instagram is going to go, you're not really 20. Get over there in the teen account, and they're going to put them over there. This has to be worked out. It has to be fleshed out, but this is what they want to do. So when Meta finds an account that it suspects belongs to a teen, the platform will roll them in a restricted teen account, even if the account lists an adult birthday. So again, they know that these kids are putting in the wrong birthday, so they're trying to fix it. So they're going to take steps to ensure that the technology is accurate and that is correctly placing teens in the teens account. Again, mistakes can be made, so they're giving people the option to change their settings. Here's the quote: "The digital world continues to evolve, and we have to evolve with it. That's why it's important that we work together with parents to make sure as many teens as possible have the protected settings that come with teen accounts." So they're also going to send notification to parents with the information about, okay, your kid they need to be in a teen account, they need to do this, that, and the other. So they're going to send this information to your parents. And this is like we were just saying about the teacher sends you home with a letter, but then they also call dinner time. "Oh, can I see the missus?" And the kid is like, "Oh snap, I already signed." But they call it. So there's like a double layer of
Yeah.
things. So just a little data. Meta has enrolled at least 54 million teens into the teen accounts globally so far, and 97% of the teens aged 13 to 15 have remained in the account. So once they get them over into the teen accounts, they kind of stay. But
Okay.
Meta is doing a cleanup.
Mm.
All right, and one or two more from Meta. Meta has released CapCut Rivals edits. Remember we talked about the new app that they wanted to have like CapCut? Well, it's out. I've
Yeah.
seen all the posts. I have not used it yet. Have you
I
used it?
got the notification on my Apple device that it was ready for
Yeah, I saw
download.
that too. And I went, "Oh, that's nice," but I didn't do anything with it.
And see, the thing is, I need to make sure it has to work on my desktop, because I don't try and do edit. You know what I mean? I don't like doing editing on my phone.
Yeah. So I have it, and it opens up, it says projects, create your first project, and I have not created a project, so you can see. If anybody use edits, let me know. But I've seen a couple of, I think what is the Instagram guy? We've talked about him before.
Oh,
He had some posts
oh
about
my
it.
gosh, what is his name? I see his face.
Something
His
Johnson,
mom
something.
is you
And Mama Shailene Johnson.
Johnson, starts with a B. Brooke, is his
Brad
name Brooke?
Brad Brooke. Okay, but
Okay.
he did some things about edits. I think one of his videos was that people were saying that if you use the edits, you get a jump over everybody else, and he
Mm.
said that's not true. Okay, so just oh, Mark says I play with it a little. It's not nearly as robust or as intuitive as CapCut. See, Instagram is not going. They're not going to match the rivalry of TikTok and CapCut and all the ByteDance apps. They're just not. They're
Because
just not.
okay. It
It's
is
not.
hard to be a duplicate of somebody else.
I give them a B for effort. Not even an A. They trying. They're trying. So let's get into it. So they officially launched edits. It's CapCut like video creation app. It allows creators to do things like keep track of video ideas, get inspiration for new content, and create videos with effects and AI tools. The app is available on iOS and Android. So that all the app features will be available for free at launch, but the Instagram CEO has said that later versions of edits will have paid features and of course ads. Um, so they're trying to get into the space of TikTok being banned. What do we do? Well, we need to have things ready to go. But the thing with TikTok, they keep kicking the can down the road. Oh, here's another 90 days. Here's another 90 days. This thing was supposed to be done in January. Here we are, and it's almost May. It's gonna get kicked down the can until, and it's all in courts and legally and this and that. So, in the meantime, use your TikTok, use your CapCut, you use what you like. But Instagram is coming in, and also YouTube. We talked about YouTube has done some changes to their editing for shorts because they want you to feel, to get used to these things in case of.
Right.
Case of TikTok. So that's what's going on with this. But I've seen some things. So they're saying there's one major difference between edits and CapCut is the fact that edits let you export videos without a watermark. You need to pay CapCut Pro to export a video without a watermark. And
Yeah,
go
and
ahead.
I think I created something with CapCut the other day,
Mm-hmm.
and they let me do it. I
Mm-hmm.
think because it was on a trial basis or something,
Yes.
they let me download the video. I said,
Yes.
"Oh, I might not be here for this. I can go back right back to iMovie and do what I was doing."
Right. Right. So they're probably doing a free trial of the pro version, and you download it without the watermark, blah 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 blah. Pick the app that you feel comfortable with. There's so many. There's so
Right.
many.
And
You
and
you
and okay, but we promote the complimentary ones that do exactly the same thing as the paid
Yes,
ones.
use the free until if you like it, and then the pro or the paid features give you something and it's in your budget. Go with it. Go
Right.
with it. So they have the edits app has something called ideas. The tool allows you to jot down ideas for new videos. They have the projects feature helps you organize and manage different creations in one place. They have an inspiration tool that lets you browse through trending audio to create videos with Audio Discover. They have a green screen feature. You know what that is. They have a timeline feature, helps you arrange and adjust clips. So there's an anime feature, there's a cutout feature, there's all of these different things. Once you're happy with your video and you edit it in edits, you can share it directly to Instagram or Facebook within the app, or you can export it to post on other platforms.
Okay.
Also, there'll be features inside of the apps that helps you learn about the content strategies and things you need to do to improve your reach and distribution. Let's see. So some new features that will be coming in the future is a modified tool that will allow creators to use AI to alter the look and feel of the videos. Here, wasn't we just talking about this? Wasn't we? Did we just? I just mentioned that. So now they're going to have some AI feature in there that's going to get better and better at your voice, making something look like it is. We were
Yep.
just talking about that. So this is to come. It's a modified tool. Also, a keyframe feature lets users pick specific moments to change the position, rotation, and size of their clip. So those are the things that they're talking about. But as you use edits, they're going to take all of that data and decide the things that they're going to put in the app to come. All right, so let's do threads and then we're done. So threads officially is now threads.com instead of threads.net because they bought threads.com from who was it? It was some it was a Slack alternative startup owned threads.com. So now Meta has bought threads.com. Why is this significant? Because if you type in on the browser, and this is the browser, if you type in threads.com, you immediately go into your Threads account. If you type in the old URL, you have it bookmarked threads.net, it's not going to go directly in your account. It's going to do some things and whatever. It's just a shortcut. They've also added some more things: custom feeds, save posts, and likes. There's some tools to creating new columns, copying posts or resharing, finding your favorite creators from excellent threads, and some other things. So you can bring in your followers, the people that you are following, the same creator that you follow on X. It comes in. It was already introduced earlier. It was in beta, but now you can download an archive of your X data, and then it's uploaded to Threads. And if they're on Threads, you'll follow them. But you have to get that from your X account, and I deleted mine, so I don't have my account. So I was like, and I don't really care. I don't really care to bring X over to Threads, but some people do. I'm like, I just remember who I like. And then I start out with less instead of more to clog up my feed.
Yeah, that's
Um,
like
go
yeah,
ahead.
that's like moving a house. You don't bring all the stuff you don't have for the last 20 years from to the new house.
Yeah, I'm moving clean. I'm moving minimal. Yeah, but some people are like, oh, I want all of my followers from X. Yeah, okay, enjoy. All right, so just a couple of things that a couple minor updates for Threads because of this new move to .com. Users will now see their custom feeds appear in the web app in the same order as they appear on the mobile app. Users will now be able to access their liked and saved posts via the main menu instead of having to create a pinned column. Allows user to copy a thread post as an image instead of having to screenshot it. We were just talking about screenshots. It makes it easier to share thread posts in other apps. Threads will also be users will also be able to add a column by clicking a new column icon. And you'll also be able to click a plus button in the bottom right to open a new window and compose a post. So what they're doing with the web version of Threads is making it look like what was the Twitter tool that I loved? That you could make all of these columns of hashtags. What was it called?
Hootsuite? No,
Not
TweetDeck.
Yes, TweetDeck. So that's what they're doing. They're turning the web version into TweetDeck with the columns because you can follow hashtags, you can follow people, you can have them set by side by side by side. So the threads.com, they bought the new domain and now they're putting all of these features in, especially if you are a social media manager and you want to do more with Threads. So now it's not just the who you're following, the for you, to say, it's all of these things that you can put up. So I'm really interested in looking at that because I loved TweetDeck, and when they so. But that is it for this week. Social media news and updates for this week.